All right, good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everyone to the 2015 Bear Elementary D.A.R.E graduation. I'd like to start off by thanking the City of Miamisburg, the Miamisburg City Schools, and the Miamisburg Police Department for all their support of the D.A.R.E program. I'd also like to thank all the parents who are here who were able to join us today to congratulate their kids on graduating the D.A.R.E program. All of them did a great job. You should be very proud of them. I enjoyed meeting each and every one of them. I'd also like to thank the fourth graders for showing up today. I look forward to seeing you guys next year in fifth grade D.A.R.E class. Some of the things we talked about this year in D.A.R.E class was the dangers of alcohol and tobacco. We talked about bullying and how to be safe with over-the-counter prescription drugs. And we talked about making good choices and good decisions and how to communicate confidently. And they did a great job. They completed a 10-week class. They completed their workbooks, and they all wrote a D.A.R.E report, and all of them did a great job. The goal, though, is for you guys to take what we talked about in these classes and use it, especially as you guys grow older and encounter difficult situations. I'd like to introduce the guests we have today that have come to recognize your accomplishment. From the City of Miamisburg, we have the Mayor, Dick Church. To the Miamisburg City Council, we have Charlie Case, John Stalter. For the Miamisburg Municipal Court, we have the Chief Probation Officer, Chantel Jennings, and Mimi DeGros, the Judicial Assistant. And from the Miamisburg Police Department, we have Captain Tom Thompson. And now a couple of our guests would like to speak to you, and we'll begin with Mayor Church.
Thank you, Officer Sheriff. Welcome. Good afternoon. Did you respond? Will you usually respond? Okay, thank you. 21 years we've been doing this. 21 years we've been doing the D.A.R.E program in the Miamisburg City School System. And I say every year that it's the best program that we do in cooperation with the Miamisburg City School District. You've learned a lot in the last 10 weeks. You know, every time we turn around, they're throwing another challenge at you guys. We're going to have probably on the ballot this year an issue to make marijuana legal here in Ohio. Marijuana is a drug. Officer Sheriff has taught you about the bad things that can happen by the use of drugs. I personally hope that that doesn't pass. We have enough obstacles in your way to make things rough for you as you grow up. And probably as you've learned in your class, you're going to be challenged. You're going to be challenged at some point in your life. Someone's going to try to get you to do something that you know is wrong. And I just hope that you take the lessons that you have learned, not only from Officer Sheriffs, but from your parents, your grandparents, and your close friends, and have the gumption to say no. And also try to talk to that person and tell them they are doing wrong, that you're not going to participate. And if you don't participate, you're going to have a great rest of your life. You know, there's a lot of people that are backing you in this program. We also have our local cable company that finds it important enough that they like to tape all these graduation ceremonies. So Joe McKenzie from the Miami Valley Communications Council is on the camera today. You're going to be able to watch this several times throughout the year until the next graduation. But remember the lessons that you learned in D.A.R.E. And as as I said, you'll have a great rest of your life. Have a great summer vacation. Thank you.
Next, we have Chantel Jennings.
I would like to start off by saying congratulations to all of you for graduating the D.A.R.E program. And also, Judge Robert W. Reddick III asked me to send his congratulations because he wasn't able to be here. Just to reiterate a couple of things, what your church said, you are definitely going to face peer pressure in the future. You're going to have to make some unpopular decisions, probably the harder decision to make. You have to make that harder decision and use all the tools you've learned from Officer Doug and the D.A.R.E program in order to have a successful life. Okay? Thank you to the Miamisburg Police Department and Officer Doug for putting on the D.A.R.E program and everyone who came to support, and thank you to the parents as well.
And Captain Thompson.
Congratulations to you guys, and I remember when the first D.A.R.E program started. As a matter of fact, I didn't realize it was 21 years, and I think Officer Doug was one of the first D.A.R.E students. He was like 8 then. Who here believes that Officer Doug is under 30 years old? Wow. He is a very good teacher, let's put it that way. He's very, very smooth. Who believes he's a Cubs fan like me?
I don't know. I'm not.
Anyways, guys, congratulations. You guys are very, very fortunate to have Officer Sheriff with you. He's one of our best officers. And we miss him being out on the road. You know, he does a great job, but you guys are very fortunate to have him here. If I would say I'd remember a couple of things if I was you guys at your age. One, always trust what you know is right. Do what you know is right, whether it's talking back to your parents, taking something you shouldn't, or treating people wrong. Because we should all treat everybody equally, right? Yeah, because nobody's more important than anybody else. Sometimes we feel like we're more important, but making sure you treat each other right. And be good to each other, make good decisions, and whatever Officer Doug told you, really follow those principles and you'll do well. So congratulations, guys.
The last thing the students have to do in the D.A.R.E program is write a D.A.R.E report. Everyone you see here in the D.A.R.E shirts accomplished that task, and they all did a great job. We did select a few to share their reports today, and we'll begin with Gracie Depew.
D.A.R.E. D.A.R.E stands for Define, Assess, Respond, Evaluate. 5th graders take D.A.R.E to prepare them for the middle school, high school, and their everyday lives. Let's say you were walking down the street. You see some kids smoking. They ask you if you want to have a cigarette. What should you do? Say yes and chase the risk of becoming a smoker, or say no and walk away knowing you did the right thing? I wouldn't know what to do if it wasn't for Officer Doug Sherritts. He taught us how to stand up for ourselves. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know what to do if I got pressured into drinking alcohol, smoking, or drugs. One of the things Officer Doug Sherritts taught us about was tobacco. I wanted to learn more about this because all the adults in my family smoke. Did you know that 400,000 people that die each year from tobacco-related causes? It's also illegal to sell tobacco to anyone under the age of 18. It can cause heart disease, yellowing of teeth, bad breath, and cause your skin to dry, which can cause premature wrinkles. D.A.R.E has impacted my life now because now I know what to resist, how to resist drugs, alcohol, and other harmful substances. I will encourage my family to quit smoking and do the right thing. Thank you, Officer Doug Sherritts. I, Grace Depew, pledge to never consume anything that could harm me or anyone else.
Congratulations. There you go. Thank you. Good job. Next, we have Mackenzie Fox.
Define, assess, respond, evaluate. D.A.R.E. Fifth graders take D.A.R.E because we are at an age where we understand what this is: bullying, alcohol, peer pressure. Officer Doug Sherritts taught us all about this and more. Have you ever been approached by friends not to drink? Because I haven't. That's peer pressure, yeah, and it happens, but I'm talking about something different. The subtleties of peer pressure. At school, if a girl has silly clothes and is laughed at, she's being told that she isn't accepted. She needs to be different. If a boy goes to a party and most of the kids there are drinking, even though no one's telling him to drink, he can feel the pressure. People practically telling him to drink. Everything I've talked about is peer pressure, a large problem associated with drugs and alcohol. Every time I see someone with lung cancer or an alcohol problem, I hope I will always have the power to keep that from happening to me. D.A.R.E gave me that strength to stay away from drugs and alcohol and fight peer pressure. I, Mackenzie Fox, pledge that I will never, ever give in to peer pressure under any circumstances, subtle or blunt.
Next, we have Trevor Griffin.
I promise to do. Okay, let me start that over. I promise to do what I wrote here. Did you know that D.A.R.E stands for Define, Assess, Respond, Evaluate? Fifth graders take D.A.R.E because they are about to go to a new school and need to make good friends that make wise choices. Our D.A.R.E officer, Doug Sherritts, is very nice. He taught us in a way that made everything simple and easy to understand. He was the best D.A.R.E officer ever. Did you know that tobacco causes over 400,000 deaths a year? It also has 200 known harmful chemicals in it. It causes health damage like more colds and respiratory problems. Most tobacco smokers have yellow teeth and smelly breath. If someone ever tries to get you to smoke, you could use a D.A.R.E decision-making model by just ignoring them or walk away and don't go near them. Do you think D.A.R.E will impact your life? Well, it has mine, because now I know how harmful it is and the consequences of it. I, Trevor Griffin, pledge to never smoke, do bad drugs, or drink alcohol.
Good job. Next, we have Marissa Bullitt.
Define, assess, respond, evaluate. Those are the words that mean D.A.R.E. Define means describes the problem, challenge, or opportunity. Assess means what are your choices. Respond means make a choice. Use the facts and information you have gathered. And finally, evaluate means review your decision. Why do fifth graders take D.A.R.E? The reason why we take D.A.R.E is because the adults in our family members do not want us to grow up and do drugs.
My officer was Doug Sherritts. Officer Doug was nice, funny, and he gives us school supplies. And at the end of the year, he gives us a surprise. My topic for this is bullying. Bullying is a bad thing to do to people. Another reason it is aggressive and unwanted behavior. Also, bullying is just taking your madness out on someone. D.A.R.E has impacted my life because it has helped me understand more about alcohol and tobacco. Also, it helped me to tell my family members to stop smoking. It is bad for your lungs and your heart. I, Marissa Bullock, will never even think about doing drugs or tobacco to the day I die.
Thank you. Next, we have Will Corley.
Have you ever wondered what D.A.R.E means? Well, it means D, define, describe the problem, challenge, or opportunity. A, assess, what are your choices. R, respond, make a choice, use the facts and information you have gathered.
E, evaluate, review your decision. Did you make a good choice? And the reason we 5th graders take D.A.R.E is because we are at the age to understand drugs and alcohol are bad. The real reason we have D.A.R.E is because Officer Doug Sherritts. He is the most awesome D.A.R.E teacher ever, and he taught me a lot. The topic I have chosen is bullying. Bullying isn't cool. If you see bullying, tell an adult, and tell that adult with 5 W's. Who is being bullied? What happened? When did it happen? Where did it happen? And why did it happen? So if you see bullying, stop it and use the 5 W's. Do you even know the definition of bullying? Bullying is aggressive or unwanted behavior used again and again to isolate, harm, or control another. D.A.R.E has impacted my life in the future because it taught me that drugs are bad for your health and will make you do stupid things. If you use drugs, there will be consequences in the future. To be honest, I don't even know why they even make drugs.
And next we have Claire Sunderman.
Have you ever wondered what D.A.R.E really is? Oh my gosh. Have you ever wondered what D.A.R.E really is? This year in 5th grade, we learned everything you could ever know about D.A.R.E. Oh my gosh. I learned that D.A.R.E stands for Define, Assess, Respond, and Evaluate. All those words put together is the D.A.R.E decision-making model. We use the model to help solve tough decisions. 5th graders take D.A.R.E so that we can be prepared for middle school. They also teach us about drugs and alcohol. So if we are in a situation where we are being offered drugs or alcohol, we know what to do. This year, our D.A.R.E officer was Doug Sherritts. He was very nice, and I'm looking forward to having him in future D.A.R.E classes. One of the topics that Officer Doug Sherritts taught us about was smoking and the use of tobacco. Chewing tobacco can cause tooth cancer, yellow teeth, and tooth loss and smelly breath. In cigarettes, there are 200 known chemicals. The most known chemical is nicotine. This chemical causes addiction and it makes it hard for people to stop smoking. Some facts about chewing tobacco are that 400,000 Americans die from tobacco-related causes each year. I also learned that secondhand smoking kills 50,000 people a year. I really hope that 0 people die a year in the future. Some health effects are that chewing tobacco causes wrinkles and dry skin. Nicotine also limits the blood flow to your brain. This causes the brain to work very, very slowly. Smoking also causes heart disease and lung cancer. I also learned that it is illegal to possess or use tobacco if you are under the age of 18 or 19 in some states. Smoking causes you to have more upper respiratory problems, and smokers get more colds. Now this fact really amazes me so much. Smoking and the use of tobacco is the leading preventable cause of death in the country. I also learned that we should stop and think what could happen to me if I did this, or what are the consequences of me doing this. We should do this before accepting drugs or alcohol. Even adults should do this too. D.A.R.E has impacted my life because next year I may be faced with tough decisions about friendship, bullying, and making the right choices. In that case, I will look back and think about the D.A.R.E decision-making model and decide what's going to be the best choice for me. One day, I will look back and think, wow, I really did learn a lot, and I would like to thank my amazing D.A.R.E officer, Doug Sherritts, for taking time out of his life to change mine forever. He was very encouraging and taught me many things, and I will definitely remember him in the future. I, Claire Sunderman, pledge to never chew tobacco, smoke, drink alcohol, or do drugs. I will also use all the skills D.A.R.E has taught me, and I will also make good choices. I will remember this pledge till the day I die. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All the students did a great job on their D.A.R.E reports, and those 6 are just a fine example of that. The last people I'd like to thank today are the ones who make my job as the D.A.R.E officer very easy here at Bear Elementary, and that's the staff. Your principal, Mrs. Rupert. And your 5th grade teachers, Mrs. Stanton, Mrs. Donovan, and Mrs. Lucas. And now it's time for you guys to receive your certificates, and we will begin with Mrs. Stanton's class.
I also would like to congratulate all the fifth graders this year. They did a fantastic job. And Officer Doug and I had to listen to them. We wanted to listen to them and choose just 3 students. And the parents will get to see the essay later today. They were all fantastic. So we'll start with Jenna Argenbright. Jeremiah Banks. Caleb Bolin. Marissa Bullock. Mary Kate Buzzard. Kyle Byrne. Will Corley. Wyatt Dollinghouse. Aiden Evans. Emma Flores. Connor Guathney. Sammy Massey. Logan McGuire. Jake Nestor. Kaylin Rains. Demi Rose. Claire Sunderman. Michael Teagarden. Bryn Thompson. Zach Byers. Kylie Wayne. Morgan White. Ethan Wolf.
Lucy Officer. Alexis Ansel. Dakota Breddy. Adrian Buzzard. Grace Depew. Mackenzie Fox. Trevor Griffin. Tiffany Higgins. Jared Lalone. Evan Landis. Cameron Phillips. Haley Pugh. Wyatt Rose. Carmen Shively. Alyssa Spencer. Blake Stump. Autumn Toole. Matthew Wells. Emily Worley.
Thank you very much. All right, let's give our graduates one last round of applause. Great job. The last thing we'll do as part of the graduation is I have a short little video D.A.R.E classes here at D.A.R.E. I had a lot of fun working with you this year. I look forward to seeing you in 6th grade. 4th graders, I look forward to seeing you next year in 5th grade. Everyone have a safe summer. Have a lot of fun. And parents, I appreciate you coming out today. Have a great summer also. Thank you very much.